So we try to scout once a week for pests and disease and problems, irrigation issues, whatever, good things, bad things. And I came into this house and there are no flies, like not a fly. And the other houses have tons of flies in them. I'm like, where did they all go? So I started investigating and I found this little guy right here. I'm like, hey buddy, you've got an appetite, eating all my flies. He's like a happy fly eater. So I do love toads, but we got to figure out a way to keep them from eating all of our flies. Just eat a couple and then eat other things. Sure, he's cute though. Cute little guy.
Spiderwebs are always the first sign. Covered with dew and exploding in the backlight of the morning, they cling to my clothes as I walk the farm. The air is cooler with a dampness to it, and there is the smell of rotting apples in the grass. The cream-colored hydrangeas are brushed with cranberry flecks, and they bow under the weight of their own abundance. The light is different now, angled and golden, more fleeting. The farm is sliding into something else entirely. September is here. And, as in all things, the end of one chapter is the beginning of another. A seed is a small, seemingly simple thing. You can hold thousands in the palm of your hand and barely feel their weight. Yet their potential is immeasurable. Not just for flowers, but for new beginnings, for hope, for life itself. September is seed harvesting time. Plant by plant, row by row, the entire team is focused on this task across the farm. But in a small and special garden behind our house, we're harvesting more than just seeds. We're also gathering knowledge.
I would say the average, I broke one apart, 70 seeds.
I spend my days there observing, writing, taking photos. This is the 4th year of working on our next book, A Guide to Saving Seed. It's the culmination of years of learning these techniques on our own, because information about how to save seed from flowers is next to impossible to find. As September arrives, time is running out. Soon the flowers will be tattered and past the point of documentation. And I feel the urgency and the weight of unfinished work. Seeds are generous teachers, connecting us to the earth and to one another. It's almost time for this book to go into the world, because this knowledge belongs to us all. This is September at Floret.
Need a rose?
I need a rose. Oh, it smells like June, but it's September. I kind of wish I could rewind back to June.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the season got away from me. It was so full.
Yeah.
It's been hard to keep up this year. I keep feeling like, what month is it? I keep thinking it's August. No, we're like smack dab in September already.
Yeah, it's bananas, like how fast this year has gone, I feel like.
I know.
I've always heard you describe it as September slide.
Yeah.
Is that,
Yeah.
what's that?
To me, September, I always say it's the slide into autumn. Things are running to seed, so you still have large full blooms on plants, but in the areas where we haven't harvested the flowers, it's just loaded with seed pods. So you can see all around is all that promise of seed, and it's not quite ripe. Some is, but a bunch of it is coming. So there's this combination of that kind of winding down, tattered, lots of pods everywhere, things turning brown and gold, and then you also still have that lush, fresh, new blooms, kind of all happening at once. So you have the entire life cycle of the plant right in front of you. By the end of the month, it won't even be recognizable, really.
What is going on with the crew now? I mean, what are they focused on?
Crew is like full seed harvest. The last batch of flies went out this week for pollination, and so those last flowers will start to set seed, and we'll probably be picking those in 3 to 4 weeks. So for the next, I would say, month, we did our first big harvest this week of zinnias, and we got a bumper crop out of the Shire. Every week, they're going to be bringing in zinnias and celosia and dahlias. Those are the 3 main crops. And then we have our other little stuff like sunflowers and breeding cosmos and things like that. It's just on a weekly rotation, and they're just picking, and then laying everything out to dry, stirring, seed heads, rotating stuff. It's full on. Okay. 3 of 70 down.
The point that you evaluate the readiness of the seed pod to the point that you guys bag it up and put it in the garage or whatever. Can you kind of just do the step-by-step of what has to happen?
Yep. So the first step is to really watch the plants and try to get it figured out right when that first seed is ready to be picked. So we want to get the seed off of the plant, but you also don't want to pick too early because then the seed won't be viable and totally mature.
And I know this one is ripe or ready to pick because when I rub the flowers, seeds just fall out. And these seeds aren't completely mature, but the fact that they're falling out so easily tells me that this plant can be harvested, put on a tarp, we'll ripen it in the greenhouse, and the seeds will mature. That's what we did with the Autumn Touch amaranth, and we ended up getting 25 pounds or so of seed from that, so I would expect about the same from this.
So then everybody divvies up and splits up and goes and picks a different shire. So it's usually like 1 person per house, or maybe 2 people will be working together and going through the houses and getting down low and looking for the ripe seed heads, harvesting them into bins.
There's a lot. Oh, the flat one?
Yeah, the flat one.
And then those bins are either then taken to the greenhouse and poured out onto tables where they're spread out so they'll dry, or they're poured into these mesh bags that are breathable. And then we attach the big manila tag so that it has the variety's name on it and then the date it was harvested. As the first seeds that were harvested get dry, they're then moved into the barn. It's a lot of steps. I mean, every single seed is picked by hand, all by the same hands, the same people, all the steps along the way.
There's a lot of hands. And is the cleaning, winnowing, threshing, etc., that stuff's really coming a little bit later in the year, right? I mean, that's more
right
about
now
October,
we're just focused on getting all the seed in and just really focus on harvesting, because then once it's drying, it can sit there for weeks, if not months, and then we can process it as time allows, where with the harvest, you got to get it in before anything happens to it. Beautiful. You should come out here and shoot these with the camera.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we do need to pick Shirley poppies, Orosh nigella, and the larkspur soon. I mean, they're a little past, but
Yeah.
I mean, look at these. Okay. Let's just look at this. Let's just be amazed, okay?
Let's just watch Aaron get really excited.
So cool. Sweet. Come on. Don't kill my thunder. Okay, watch this. So, look at this. This is like the tips of 2 larkspur stems. Well, I should have a bucket, but you get the idea.
This is obviously a huge topic, and you've done a bunch of education on this.
Oh, yeah. So we're in the dahlia breeding patch, and of all the spaces on the farm, this is the most magical and the most special to me, because this is where all of the new varieties of dahlias that are part of our breeding program are born. Yeah, so last year we all worked together and filmed a plant-focused mini course all about seed saving. So we do a deep dive into celosia, zinnias, and dahlias, which are also the Floret originals. And now we're running it again this autumn. So if that's something that anybody wants to attend, it's free to take. I think it has 7 different videos, plus a Q&A with Eric and I, printable worksheets. I mean, it's a full course if you want to learn how to save seed from any of those 3 flowers. I asked Eric, your favorite Bob Ross seed saver. So many people have written in, like, just sharing all of this excitement, and a bunch of kids in schools have actually done it too. So that's like my favorite part of all.
I was just thinking, this is one of the last months that we have a chance, and I don't think we're going to really explore it the way that we had hoped, but to see Francisco and Jachin getting their flowers to go home.
Walking over to do the interview, we just passed Francisco walking out with a big bucket, and he was like, I love these, they're so beautiful.
Oh. Jachin's got flowers too. Francisco's got flowers.
So Francisco has a ritual almost every day after work. He goes and picks himself flowers to take home. And he makes all of these beautiful arrangements at home where he has little tiny tomatoes coming out of him and big showy dahlias. He's super talented and he has such an eye for color. And a couple of years ago, he started bringing Jachin with him. So now he and Jachin, at the end of a really long day, I mean, they work so hard. I don't know how, like, they're even still at the end of the day that they want to even ever look at a flower again. But no, the way they end their day is they go walk the farm, they pick their flowers, and then you always see them going out to their cars with big buckets. It's the coolest thing. It's this funny, unexpected. They're both so tough and doing all the heavy farm work, and then they have these gorgeous buckets of flowers. You're like, man, you guys have great taste. Like, I just love seeing what they pick. And then when Milli and Paris, these 2 wonderful flower farmers and seed growers, came from England, we wanted to decorate the barn, so everybody made an arrangement. And of course, Francisco's was the most beautiful. That was the first thing Milli, she's like, oh, who made this? It was Francisco.
Speaking of Milli and Paris, so who are they? What happened? Tell me about that visit.
I'm nervous. Yeah. I mean, I know them, but I don't. Okay, so today, am I talking to you or the camera? Well, it doesn't matter. Today, Milli and Paris have come from England to visit, and we're going to be learning about seed saving, seed business, all things seed, and yeah, I'm nervous because visitors are scary. Visitors are scary. Socializing is scary. For me. So Milli, Proust, and Paris Alma are 2 flower growers and seed sellers, seed growers as well, that live in England, and they have a little seed company called Alma Proust. It's their last names together.
Aaron's already cried this morning. I feel like I'm really close to Aaron.
Oh, hello.
Nice to finally meet you.
Yeah, totally.
We've already cried.
So they were also the ones that got the Floret originals into the UK. So we've been pen pals for years. We've worked together in business. I've just been so impressed with them. So we put out the offer, like, if you guys ever want to come to America and see Eric do stuff, you could ask him questions. You could ask Nikki all kinds of stuff in the shop, like how we ship things. If you want to talk about anything with me, like, come. And they did. Getting to see them learning from Eric and how this thing that is so normal for him and that he just knows so well, and it's just part of his daily routine, it's what he does. You could see them just having total breakthroughs.
In May?
Yeah.
Oh,
After
really?
planting.
He was so generous with his time and knowledge, and they were so hungry for it. And same with Nikki. Nikki showed him how to, like, organize all of their packing slips and orders. I love to watch sharing happen when someone is ready to receive it and can use it, and someone has perfected something and can give it. I just love that exchange. It's like one of my favorite things ever. And it's just that great reminder that, like, nothing is ever lost when you share. You never have less, you have more.
I'm going to bring this one further into the arrangements. I often think about dealing with seeds, you're thinking about how
These have all been passed down to continue to be in our hands.
Yeah.
Someone saved them, passed to
Exactly.
past. And with that, there's such a tangible thread.
Yeah.
That community building, I think, is so inherent within us.
So today, the gals helped me. They counted all of the pods. So some things have lots of little pods on branches and other things have a big fat pod. So for things that have branches, what I was doing was counting how many pods on a branch. So you could say, you know, okay, yarrow. A little umbel has 110 to 250 pods. And how many seeds are in a pod? Let's look.
I love how your voice gets all like, gets almost like,
Presentery.
no, not presentery, like excited.
Okay, so 19.86 seeds per pod. So let's just say 19 seeds. And I know, I'm a loser. This is exciting. 110 on the low end. 2,000 seeds in a little tiny umbel of yarrow. You could start your own seed company. Come on, people, let's do this.
You did.
Yeah.
Can we talk a little bit about the seed company, how you got into seeds in the first
Yeah.
place?
So we started out as flower farmers in our backyard. That grew to a tiny 2-acre little farm that we just maxed out. But when I wrote my first book, Cut Flower Garden, most of the varieties that I wanted to feature in the book were only available to professional cut flower growers. The catalogs had no pictures. It was all in Latin. So it was like very much for professionals. There were so many good varieties I was discovering that I wanted to highlight and feature in the book. But my publisher said that I couldn't share and list anything that wasn't available to home gardeners because that's who the book was for. And they had a great point. But I couldn't imagine writing a book about my favorite flowers and not being able to include them. So Chris and I really molded over and thought about it. And also, there was this big gap in the market for smaller quantities of really special seeds that professionals were using, like nobody was selling them at the time. So we decided that we wanted to start a little seed company to see if that was a possibility.
Guys will fit red in there. Look at that.
Seed company underway. Because all of our flowers were cut, nothing was ever left. We harvested everything, we sold every flower, so we did not know where all the seeds came from. So we never saw what a seed pod looked like on a Cosmo. We didn't know. We didn't know that dahlias could make seed because we never let them because we took every flower. We didn't understand that celosia, like you left a stem to get old and mature, that it would end up just spilling out with seeds. It would be like a chef not knowing where eggs came from, kind of. Like it was a really weird break that we're gardeners, we're farmers, we've been doing this for a long, long time, but we didn't really get the full cycle because we were interrupting it, really.
I love how this feels. Look at all those sweet
We had spent a couple of years learning ourselves, but really wanted to figure out, like, how do we take this to the next level? And then about 2 years ago, we decided that rather than trying to maintain all of these beautiful varieties, because now those varieties are available from so many different seed companies, what if we just focused on the breeding and could put all of our energy into developing new varieties? And so we transitioned the seed company into just being Floret Originals.
Our farm manager has covered these so that no insects can get in there and pollinate them.
For Chris and I, seed saving came out of necessity, not out of a passion for saving seeds, but it was like a means to an end. And over the last however many, 7-8 years, it really has become its own separate thing. Like it's not just about that end destination, but the process of it is so incredibly magical. It's so exciting. I'm so excited to share this with people. Just like, okay, this is just a little bit of larkspur, right? Took me like 2 minutes to pick. Oops. Look at that. It's just, once you dry it, it's just pouring out. Like, if people could learn how to save their own seed, they would never have to buy seed again, or they could buy it to have new varieties. You could, that's the fun part, but you can break your dependence.
Right.
Right?
Yeah. That's the part that I love.
Same.
Like you could just...
Here, like if we crack this open.
I mean, you can really create your own stock, your
Yeah.
own stockpile of things.
There's over 100 pods on this. I mean, you really only need one stem. So that's what I've been doing today. Well, that's
So
what
what does that have to do with the book?
Well, so in the book, so the seed book, I don't know, it's like a soul of its own.
Okay, so I've been feeling a little overwhelmed about this seed book project and kind of wanting to quit.
We are deep in the process of writing a book all about saving flower seed.
I'm having a great time. I love writing books.
And this sucker has been in the works for this is our 4th season that we've worked on it.
So close yet so far.
I only say that with irritation because I cannot believe how long this has taken. This has just been this project has tested me in ways I had no idea was even possible. I thought I was flying, and I'm not. I don't feel like I'm flying today.
All my pens just ran out of ink.
Want me to read you Dahlia's? To assess the seed pod's ripeness, squeeze it. It's the clean that gets me hung up. Does that feel clear? It's felt almost like this creature that's been trying to get away, and I'm trying to grab its tail, and I'm like, do you not want to be caught? I don't know. Do you even want to be a book?
I'm so bored.
I thought you did. Never mind. Okay, I'm out. This is too challenging.
We've got the chop and drop. We've got the part and tickle. We've got the drape and wait. We've got the bend and grind.
Maybe I'm not the person to help write this book. And then
So proud of this. I'm so happy we did it.
it would kind of come back and haunt me, and I'm like, dang it, I gotta do this project. And it's been this really for me, books always feel alive.
See if this makes sense.
They feel like they choose you to write them. This book has been kind of tag, you're it, and then it runs away.
Where are you?
And then it comes back and it's kind of neener, neener, and then it runs away. And it has been incredibly frustrating.
Done. Boom. I want a button I can press.
Because I haven't known up until this year what it wanted to be. Does it want to be a manual? Does it just want to be some notes? Does it want to be an actual book? Is it for farmers? Is it for home gardeners? It just felt like it kept shape-shifting.
A hummingbird just came in the house while I'm writing the book. I kind of think that's a good sign, but I gotta get it out so it doesn't get hurt. Look at that. Good sign.
This season, it has finally settled.
That was pretty awesome.
That was awesome.
And it's surprising. It actually wants to be a book for home gardeners. It's actually a guide to saving seed. And it's not just about the techniques and the processes, but it's the wisdom that can be found through the act of saving seed and the connection that you can find in nature. So there's a lot of life lessons and depth in it that is unexpected. So yeah, it's been incredibly challenging.
I've got snacks. I've got so much tea. I've wilted the flowers.
This is taking forever. And I'm working on it. And on the other side of this computer, Eric's working on it. So it's not like we're not trying, but man, it's a lot.
Can you describe the collaboration with Eric? I mean, what's it like to work with him, and what's his kind of vibe like? What's his sense of humor like? How do you guys go back and forth?
He is such an interesting, unexpected, he's not like anyone else I've ever met. He's so low-key, so chill and grounded.
Hello, here I am. You want to see what about 30 feet of calendula seed looks like?
He's really good at describing things, explaining them, and keeping it really interesting even when the topic is pretty boring.
Pretty cool looking, but if you take it off the plant and take that husk off the end and then turn it upside down, It's a little toilet plunger.
He's got a wicked sense of humor. He's so funny and so quick-witted. Like, we had a lot of fun, especially when Jill was working on stuff. The two of them going back and forth. I mean, we'd easily get sidetracked.
Seriously, if you wore that to the seed conference and then you did like a giveaway from the stage and you threw it into the audience.
With a cannon?
Yeah.
Let's hear it over here.
So I move very fast. I want to do everything in a process. I want to be really organized and, blast through it. And Eric is very laid back and go with the flow. And we got to wait till the stuff gets perfectly crispy.
I mean, it doesn't have to be real life. It just needs to look.
Yeah, well, he just wants it to fall for you, right?
Can we fake it for the camera? Can we not go? Let's go, let's go. So I'm always revving and he's always kind of putting the brakes on. It's a funny dynamic, but strangely, we've worked pretty darn well together on this project.
You can do it. Good luck.
Thank you.
We did 64 variety profiles, so 64 different flowers are photographed, written about, everything that you would need to know to be able to save it. We have all of the, how to do everything from harvesting to drying to threshing to cleaning to, oh my gosh, it's all of it. I'm sure the publisher will cut it down, but I'm going to give them the full package and then we'll have to figure out how to trim. And then I think whatever doesn't go in the book, that'll just be the free gift if you order the book early, so that I don't want any of it to not be out in the world. It just might not be able to make it into the pages.
Okay, so there's, I think, that. You think? Maybe over the plants?
Yeah.
This is uncomfortable. So go fast.
What does the photography bring to this book?
The thing with this subject is I don't think that you could truly understand it if you only read it or if you only heard it. You have to see it. That is the key to this information. You could almost just look at the photos and figure out what to do without even the words. I mean, they are the most, everything's hinging on this. No pressure, Chris, but the photos are such a key piece of this, helping people understand it. And so I kind of think he has the hardest job of all.
I do think that the seeds are beautiful. There's just so many interesting shapes and sizes, and it's sort of like a dead beautiful, not a green beautiful.
What runs through your mind about your relationship with the subject?
I think the first thing that comes to my mind from that is, this is really cool, I have to show you. I just get excited about it.
I've been thinking about the dedication, who will it be for? Mm-hmm. And I keep seeing for the children.
I keep thinking that too.
Yeah, that's what I think wants to be written there.
I keep thinking my wish for the book would be, when you're when you're a little kid and there's those books that you just look at the pictures.
Yeah.
You just
lay there.
You just lay there and you just go back to it again and again.
Yeah.
I just hope that kids would just love looking at the pictures.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I hope that they are out in the garden with their mom or maybe their dad and their teachers, their grandma, and they grow up around people saving seeds so that it's not some where does it come from, but they actually know how to do it from such a young age. We could plant that seed.
What's kind of the hope for sharing this knowledge? What do you kind of dream about? The way that Chris dreams that there'd be a little kid, looking through those pictures and having an excitement over the idea of seeds. What do you hope comes from the sharing of information you're putting out in this book?
When I Imagine like the best outcome, it would be that there would be this whole flurry of little flower breeders would understand how it works and how to save their own seed, that the knowledge, it's just gonna give so many people so much independence and choice. We would be able to have an alternative to just these massive corporations that grow things on scale. I'm excited for the empowerment that will come from it.
In the VO, there's a line that says seeds are generous teachers. I have my opinions on what that means. What do you think that means?
The abundance that you discover when you start saving seed, you realize how much there is, and that sharing is what is going to preserve these varieties. There's so much more than you could ever use, and that you have to share it, which I think then teaches us about generosity and connection and giving and the benefit of sharing when you have more than you need. And that really, more than anything, that it will trickle down to the children. Understanding those connections and where you are in it, I think that they would take more responsibility for our planet.
Thank you.
Wouldn't that be cool?